Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is really true, is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Because, guys, 33 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, 33 years later, through the grace of God, I can honestly say now I'm a smartass. Yes, the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. I'm saying all that to say this. So many people are still struggling with health issues, with recovery, with addiction. I want everyone to know someone is listening. I'm a nutritional health coach. I'm a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. Please, please, please reach out. If you think my book can help someone, because I sure do, you can go right to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing, BAM, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and you can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. Please subscribe to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel. My book is now on audio. You could get that with my voice, guys, from my website. Okay, now I want to tell you a little bit about that. Any authors that are listening, okay, I wanted my voice to be the voice, not Simon & Schuster, because it's my book, it's my passion, right? Well, we are now doing audio books in Hamilton Radio. My producer, Ruben Rodriguez from Iron Horse Films as well, and he's one of the owners here. He is doing books in audio, and he did an amazing job on mine. If you're interested, please, please reach out to me. Before I introduce my really cool guest, I want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors. We've got Stormin Norman Selden, 732-245-4777, www.storminnormanselden.com, booking dozens of attractions for concerts and performances on venues of all sizes. He's got from a 5 to 12-piece band, guys, and he's incredible on the piano and the keyboards, incredible. Okay, he's a beast. Yes, he is. A lot of people don't know this, but he helped get Larry Chance from the Earls started. Remember Larry Chance back in the day? Remember the song Remember Then? That's Larry. Larry became family to me, and Larry, we love and miss you. Rest in peace, sir. And then we've got Ken Ryan and Linda Garofalo, The Way It Used to Be, singing songs from the 50s to the 80s, a tribute show to the greatest music and voices of all time. And Ken also does Elvis for me, guys, okay? And shout out to both of them. They do so many fundraisers. They're such beautiful people. Then we've got, okay, let me do this one first. John Bishop, a.k.a. Johnny B., singer-songwriter, host of the Entertainment Luncheon South, a nonprofit network created for the creative. Facebook group page, Entertainment Luncheon South. He's also the partner in the Joey D. and Johnny B. Rockin' Oldies band. And I want to give a shout-out to him as well, Johnny B. and his wife Linny, because they put this luncheon together once a month by invite only, $20. You get an incredible lunch, and you get incredible entertainment. They don't keep a penny, guys, okay? They support all of us out there in the industry, and they promote everybody. So shout out to both of them. I love you guys. Now, my next three sponsors that I'm going to be mentioning, I had the honor of being with them this past weekend for a few days at the Lead East event. It was the 42nd year. Okay, this one was at the Parsippany Hilton Hotel. And these three guys performed, and I was the MC for all three of them, and it was incredible. So the first one was Michael D'Amore, singer, songwriter, performer, entertainer. www.michaeldiamore.com. Guys, you can buy his music. He's amazing. Then we've got Michael Zanman, singer, entertainer, performer. www.mzanman.com. He's off the charts too. He's so much fun. And then, last but certainly not least, John Monforto, the man of many faces. I nicknamed him that. Okay, well, I named him that. Singer, actor, celebrity impersonator, and tribute artist. But guys, he was given the title from a former Philadelphia mayor, the official title of, he is now known as the official Philadelphia Rocky impersonator. He's amazing. Guys, he does over 30 characters, and when I tell you becomes them, oh, he becomes them. He is them. My three favorites, of course, Rocky, of course, The Godfather, and of course, Elvis. www.johnmonforto.com. You got to check them all out. So, guys, I have a really cool guest here. I'm going to introduce him as his name, proper name, William Petrano. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Gotta get close to the mic.
Hello, how you doing?
How you doing, yo?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hello, everybody.
Okay. So, Wild Bill Wednesday, we've got that up there. Tell everyone a little bit about what that means.
Oh, boy. Wild Bill Wednesday. It sounds crazy, but it's real. And it started about 20 years ago. And I made it a holiday on one of my last jobs, driving a truck. And it happened, I got hurt. And when I needed to go to therapy and doctors, I asked the doctors, you got Wednesday hours? Yeah, sure, of course. Okay, set me up for Wednesday. So I would work Monday, Tuesday, and I would book off on Wild Bill Wednesday. So Wild Bill Wednesday it's becoming a holiday for me for over 20 years. And I have a big announcement to make, but I could hold out on that for now. I just want to say that pretty much it's just on Wild Bill Wednesday. That's it.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It sounds crazy, but people think that I'm ready for the nut house, but I'm not.
So, I was at Let East all weekend, and Vito Picone and the Elegance, okay, was there, and your uncle sings with Vito, right?
My Uncle Jimmy, yes.
And Jimmy was on Little Star, wasn't he?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
So,
Oh, yes, the original song, 1958.
So listen, why don't we give everybody a treat since I spent the weekend with these guys, all right? Let's play Little Star, and then we'll talk a little bit about it, and then we'll get into this incredible interview.
Thank you, beautiful.
Where are you, little star? Where are you? Oh, rat-a-tat-tat-too. Oh, rat-a-tat-tat-too. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. Wish I may, wish I might make
first of all, I want to give a standing ovation from my seat to Vito Picone and the Elegance, okay, about this song. So I want you to tell everybody the year it came out, what you want to talk about, this entire song, your uncle, all of it.
Okay. Song came out in the spring of 1958. It was 5 Italian Americans from Staten Island, New York. 2 of them are in heaven now. There's only 3 still alive. One of them is my Uncle Jimmy, Vito Picone, and Frank Tardona. Artie Venosa and name will come to me, Romano, he passed away. 2 of them passed away, 3 alive. But the thing about this song is, it was when it came out in 1958, it put Staten Island in rock and roll history. There was some groups that were trying to make it prior to the Elegance in 1958, but in 1958 when the song came out, everybody said, "Oh, from Staten Island, New York." It put Staten Island on the map. I'm not saying other groups didn't make it from Staten Island then, but they were the first ones to put it on the map. So I'm proud to say my Uncle Jimmy is still singing with Vito. Frank Tardona doesn't sing with them, but he's still an original member. And Carmen Romano and Artie Venosa passed away. God rest his soul. His first name was Carmen. It just came to me. I'm sorry, I forgot his first name. Carmen Romano and Artie Venosa. God rest their souls. My Uncle Jimmy, I love you. Vito, I love you. And when I hear that song, it came out before I was born. It's something about that song. It's amazing. And they still singing it to this day. And it's over 66 years old. But it puts Staten Island in rock and roll history. And I'm very proud to say that. God bless the Elegance and Little Star.
Well, I want to thank you, Vito, for allowing us to play it today.
Yes, Vito.
Amazing. And my interview with you a while back was incredible, and I want you back, baby. So awesome.
Oh, Vito, absolutely.
So now, let's talk. Come on. Tell us all about Wild
okay.
Bill Wednesday,
Well,
whatever you want to talk
happy
about.
Wild Bill Wednesday, everybody.
Today is Wednesday, guys.
And
Yep.
it is a Wednesday, and it's Wild Bill Wednesday. And believe you me, it's a day and it exists. Thank you. God bless.
See his T-shirt, Wild Bill Wednesday,
There you
guys.
go. Wild Bill Wednesday. Okay. I want to make an announcement. This has been part of my life now over 20 years, and Wild Bill Wednesday has 3 words in it, and legally I am William III, Wild Bill William III. So I'm writing. I'm in pre-production of something. I'm not sure if it's going to be a one-man show. I'm not sure right now if it's going to be a short film or a feature film, but it's a lot of work. And basically, what I want to base it on is this. And I've been fighting this in my thinking about what to do because I'm really not a writer. I have a lot of things in me, and just hearing Little Star inspired me to say this. So it involves 3 things, Wild Bill Wednesday. It involves sometimes you have to fight to protect yourself. Basically, I'm not saying to fight. Sometimes you have to protect yourself. And the first one is to fight sometimes to have to protect yourself, to fight to protect. That's the first thing. The second thing is, this is very interesting. Sometimes and always you have to fight for what you believe in.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I have a certain value in what I believe in, so I'm constantly fighting for that. That's the second one. Thank you, Jerry. And the third one is fight for the respect and honor that you would like from others, that you would, not that you deserve, that you would just like from others. And basically it's for the respect that you deserve, to fight for that. So sometimes you have to fight to protect yourself, God forbid, and you never want that to happen. And then to fight for what you believe in, and also to fight for the respect and honor that maybe you would like and from others. And I believe in, if you give people respect, you get it back. So those are the 3 things I'm trying to base Wild Bill Wednesday on. It sounds crazy, but it isn't. And all ideas come, I mean, honestly, you mentioned before Rocky. I'm inspired by Rocky Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, me too.
I love the man like I wish he was my uncle next to Vito, who's not my uncle, and Uncle Jimmy. I wish he was, or my older brother. But he came up with an idea and he took it and whatever. I have an idea here, and the announcement is it's going to be done. It's going to take some time, and with God's willing, I'll get on Wild Bill Wednesday. So that's pretty.
That's pretty cool. So wait, no. I
Okay,
still have
she's
another
not gonna let
question
me go
about
on
it.
this.
No.
Okay.
So it's going to get done. So in your mind, when do you think it might get done?
Well, things take time.
Okay.
I figured if I can start, I'm starting to write things now. I have, basically, I might go back to the late 60s and do a quick scene, and then go modern day. But basically, the fighting part, I don't want people to think, well, listen, I'll tell you the truth. When I was younger, if I could say one thing, this involves Wild Bill Wednesday. When I was younger, I moved into a neighborhood in Staten Island, New York. I was a little kid. I was 7 years old, 7.5. And the kids were beating me up a lot. Okay? And they were fighting, and I used to come home with bloody noses. So, and I really didn't know how to fight. I was young. So then my father noticed. I'll give him a plug in a minute. My dad noticed that's it. I got to teach my son how to protect himself. So that's where sometimes you have to fight to protect yourself.
Right.
So, and I did this for my children also, my two boys, and even my daughter, okay, which I'll give him a quick plug. So basically, I didn't go out for a while. I stayed in, and my dad taught me how to protect myself, because one thing is, I never threw the first punch. I was never a bully. And I got hurt, and then all of a sudden, when he taught me how to protect myself and fight so I don't get hurt no more, I went out, and then the kid pushed me down, and I said, okay, put your dukes up. And he says, what? Put your dukes up. And next thing you know, I gave him a shot, and I knocked him down, and then I had to fight a couple more people. And to make a long story short, everybody I fought all become my friend. They all became my friends. And then the fighting was over. So that's where it's like, you got people, like I have a cousin, my cousin Joseph. He does that mixed martial arts, okay, where he a lot of kids go to. And, we live in the world today is, we're blessed, but you have to sometimes protect yourself.
Right.
So, on that note with the fight, that's all I want to say about that.
Very cool. So I want to share something.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm very excited about, stand up for others as well. You know what I mean? So what you don't know about me is, and I'm only 5'3", guys, so when I was young, I was this tiny little thing, but my brother was always obese his entire life. He was 13 pounds at birth and almost died. So back then, he's 64, because I'm 63. They didn't know what to do with all that, but he's amazing, the best brother in the world. But anyway, he was bullied every day of his life, and he would come home crying. We lived in Long Island City, New York, and Queens. And my father, the big Italian guy, would say, what the hell's the matter for you? You're bigger than all of them, and he would whack my brother on the arm, not hard, just like, what's the matter for you? Well, my brother came home crying another day, and he was bullied by a brother and a sister in Long Island City, New York. This is a great story, guys. And they were the toughest kids in the neighborhood. Everyone was afraid of them. I don't want to give their names, but the brother is dead now. He ended up in jail, yes, AIDS and all that, okay.
That's sad.
I see, so anyway, my brother comes home crying and says that she bullied him. So we went to Catholic school, and my mother would have to walk us around the corner to school to hold my brother's hand because he was afraid of everything. The next morning, I said, all right, God, I'm going to die today, but I'm going to get one shot in. So I run ahead of my mother and my brother. I'm giggling, pretending. I run to her stoop, climb up on the railing. I'm holding onto the thing. She was, to me, 6 feet tall. She's still very tall, but, I was a little thing. She comes out. I give her a punch right in the face. She gets down on top of me, beats the crap out of me. I'm bleeding, rips my uniform. My mother comes around screaming. She runs off of me, and I'm running over to my brother. It's okay. I got one shot in there, and I got one shot in there. I end up in court, and I am so proud of this because I used to beat up all the bullies. They would beat me up, but I would give them all one shot. Do you remember back in the day a JD card, juvenile delinquent?
Yes.
I got a juvenile delinquent card at 10 years old, and the Long Island City Police Department is looking for it for me and said I deserve that as a trophy.
Oh, my God.
And when the judge handed it to my father, he winked at me like, good job.
That's some story.
But here's the best
No,
part.
that's-
Here's the best part. Bullies are bullied.
Yes.
We now know that. I see this woman on Facebook. 2 years ago, I reached out to her. I said, do you remember me? Now, my name that they knew me as is Geraldine. She said, you're Geraldine. And I said, would you call me? She said, absolutely. She gave her my number. She calls me. She said, first, I need you to tell your brother Anthony how sorry I am. True story. And then tells me that every time they were bad, their father would put their hands over the fire on the gas stove. That's why they were the worst bullies.
Oh, wow.
So what you're saying is incredible, and I just want everybody out there to know that bullies are being bullied, and they need help too.
Oh, my,
So
that's
now
amazing.
continue.
I just want to say, I didn't say the word bully. But it's definitely a problem, and bullying is very bad. And I was bullied a lot when I was younger, and I fought back, and then I wasn't bullied anymore.
That's right.
And you have a lot of girls, young girls out there that get bullied, and they get hurt, and some of them even get hurt where they can get killed.
Yeah.
And it's sad, and it's something that I Wild Bill Wednesday, I guess, is not really based on bullying, but now you got me thinking that I am going to put something in there on the bullying part.
Yay, and can you say it's because of Jerry?
Yes, absolutely. Without a doubt.
All right, so now continue. What else we got on this list?
Okay. Before we continue on, Jerry,
Okay.
and thank you for having me here. I love you, and thank you for having me here today. I just like to do a couple of shout outs.
Yes.
Just a few people. It's just a few. I'll try to make it quick. A few shout outs. Okay, first one I want to shout out to is, he's like my best friend, my brother. He's also an actor. I asked him to come today, but he couldn't make it because he's doing surgery on his mouth. His name is Angelo Acci.
Acci.
And Crazy Angelo, shout out to you. And his beautiful wife, I call her Saint Teresa. And there's a reason why I call her Saint Teresa. She's a saint to be with him. She has to be a saint.
I knew you were gonna say
He's
that.
also an actor. We did a few movies together. Some of them we've been working for a while now. Angelo, I love you. You're the best. Crazy Angelo, when I call him up, I go, Crazy Angelo, it's Wild Bill. He goes, hey, Wild Bill. So I like to do a shout out to Angelo and his beautiful wife, Saint Teresa.
Hello, guys.
Okay, hello. Next, Lisa Campbell. She's in Italy right now with her husband. Beautiful Lisa with her husband. She's a writer and actress. We got a few projects we're working on. I told you. She's writing something where I play a grandfather character, and I'm blessed that she's writing this character around me. So Lisa Campbell, when you come back, you'll be able to see this. You and your husband. Shout out. Next, Mr. Nicholas Cremeni.
Oh.
Great guy. He's my financial advisor and best friend. Good friend. I got a lot of best friends.
Yeah, we
You're my best.
Italians. I thought I was your best friend.
You
Right.
are. You're my best.
Italians have a lot of best friends.
Nicholas, I love you. I hope you're gonna see this now. I told you I'll be on about 5. Nicholas, he's in the financial business. He's like a banker, and he's a great guy. So Nicholas, shout out to you, Mr. Cremeni. Next, my old trucker friend. I miss you, Mr. Jose Delon, I call him. He lives in Bushwick, Brooklyn. I call him Mr. Delon because he calls me Wild Bill. So, Mr. Jose Delon, and your wife too, Jacqueline. Shout out to Mr. Delon. And Jose, one thing I do miss, going to the job we had that I was on 16 years and you were 20 years, is seeing you and getting coffee, my friend. So, Jose, shout out. Next. Oh, this is a good one. Mr. Freddie Vinciaguerra. Freddie, he's a car salesman. He works for in Keyport for Jim Curry. Anybody need a good car? Contact Wild Bill. Go see Freddie and mention my name.
He'll give you $1 off. Good deal.
He'll give you maybe $2.50
All right,
off.
there you go.
Okay, Freddie, he works for Jim Curley GMC. I just bought a brand new 2024 GMC Terrain that he helped me get, and I love you for that, Freddie. So that's a big shout out to Freddie. Next, my beautiful mom and dad. I can't forget them.
Aw.
my beautiful mom and dad. Mom and dad, I'm on radio right here. I'm here. Did you hear Little Star, Ma? Don't start crying now. Anyway, my mom and dad, big shout out. Marie and Willie, because I'm the third. So
He's going to cry.
Yeah. It's my mom and dad because they're fighting. My mother, I'm an emotional guy. My mother and father, I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for my dad. I'll tell you the truth. I get the toughness from my dad, and I get my acting and my entertainment from my mother's side because my mother's older brother he's a legend. My Uncle Jimmy Michelle. So I just want to say that, Mom and Dad, big shout out. Next, to my beautiful children.
Aww.
And I'm probably going to start crying because they got me on the pay no mind list. Seriously. Dominic, Mark, and Mary, I love you. This is Daddy. Give me a call. You know my phone number. Call me. Call your father. Dominic, Mark, and Mary. I love you guys. Last but not least, to my one and only grandson, Jackson William. And indirectly, you got my middle name, Jackson. But you're still my grandson, and I love you, and I can't wait to see you soon. Those are pretty much the shout-outs I want to do today. I want to say Happy Wild Bill Wednesday to everybody. And if anybody wants to reach me, I can give them my...
Everything.
My email address is easy. It's very easy. It's williampetrano@gmail.com. And I am a SAG-AFTRA actor. Jerry, I've hit rock bottom. I got to say I've hit rock bottom.
Talking to Mike.
Yeah. I'm turning to you because I've...
I know.
Okay. I've hit rock bottom. I haven't got an acting job in a while, but I'm not giving up.
Don't give up.
No, I'll never give up. That's why I got to make something with Wild Bill Wednesdays because that's going to get me out there. Basically, Wild Bill Wednesday, this project that I believe I might want to do a live show. I'm going to ask Crazy Angelo, my good friend Crazy Angelo, and Nicholas and Freddie to help me out with it, and Mr. DeLon too, and of course my mom and dad. But the point is, I've hit rock bottom. I don't know where to turn right now. I'm constantly auditioning. I am a certain type of an actor, and I haven't had an acting job in a little over a year now, so I feel like a fish out of water, Jerry. Wild Bill Wednesday is a fish out of water. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But so basically, I'm happy to be here. We did meet in a church at a rock and roll show, but it was in a church. So to me it's a blessing. Have met you, and I cherish our friendship. You could be like my sister from a different mom.
From
okay?
another mister.
Yeah, a sister from another mister. Okay. So basically, I did all my shout-outs. It is Happy Wild Bill Wednesday. It is a day that I created, and it's something that I'm going to do even further than that. And, Jerry, I'm definitely want you involved in Wild Bill Wednesday.
Very cool. So wait, I have a couple questions
Sure,
for you
sure.
for right now. Wait a minute. So you've been in some pretty cool movies.
Yes.
So tell us a few. Come on.
Okay, the biggest thing I did recently, I played a bartender in The Irishman.
I love this.
Yes. I fought. And actually, Vito Pacone, the living legend of The Elegance, he was in it too, but we were in two different scenes.
Oh, darn
Yes,
it.
he got in it. He knows Mr. Martin Scorsese
He knows a guy.
better than me. He knows Joe Pesci. He knows Vito knows everybody.
Oh, come on, Vito.
He even knows my Uncle Jimmy for all these years. God bless. But I fought to get in it. I worked one full day, made it decent. But it ain't all about money, Jerry. You know, it ain't all about money. But I got to tell you, can I tell you something funny happened when I was on the set of The Irishman?
Yep.
Okay. I had to report up to Suffern, New York. It was, it might have been a Wednesday. It might have been a Wild Bill Wednesday, but I don't know. So I reported there, and when you have a call time, you have to be there. So I got there, and they said, "Oh, you're the bartender. Come." And so they fed us right away, and we had lunch. No, we didn't have lunch. Yeah, we had a late breakfast. Then all of a sudden, oh, we got to do makeup now, Mr. Bartender. Let's go. We went in the room. Didn't see anybody yet. Didn't meet Mr. Monscorzese yet. Didn't meet the person, and I'll tell you who I did the scene with. So I walked in, sat in a chair, and this beautiful woman, I forgot her name. Jerry, I am so sorry.
It's okay.
I forgot her name. She's been working with Mr. Monscorzese over 30 years as a makeup artist.
Okay.
As soon as I sat down in the chair, you're going to laugh at this. Sat down in the chair, says, okay. She knew my name. Okay, William. All right, let me make it. Says, before we start, I have to make a statement. And she says, what's that, William? So I entertained her. She goes, listen, you see this forehead that I have? Well, I tell my dad that it's $1 million forehead in Hollywood. It's worth $1 million in Hollywood. So she looked at me. She says, absolutely. So she says, I said, could you make it? I'm going to make it look like $2 million. You're going to look great, William. You're going to look great. So I made everybody, people were sitting there, made everybody laugh when they heard me say, it's $1 million forehead in Hollywood. You can see I have a forehead. So I'm making a joke of it because I'm Italian and it seems like it's going up a little bit more and more. So that's a little something, but it was a long day and it was so beautiful. And I worked with the great Mr. Joe Pesci, and I met and talked with briefly Bobby Cannavale, or everybody knows who he is. We spoke briefly. He helped out in the back, but he wasn't in the scene with me. And that was the last. Then, and then I did a couple of things after that. I also worked with Mr. Tom Sizemore, that passed away. God rest his soul. I cried when I heard his voice when he passed away. I don't want to get upset now, but I did work with him on a mob movie. We filmed in North Carolina. Angelo was with me on it. I hope it's going to come out. I really do. It's called Mob Humor. I hope it comes out. I played Vinnie Giambrone. And I was with Mr. Tom Sizemore in a quick scene. And God rest his soul, and he passed away. We lost him almost a couple of years ago. And that's pretty much, about 7-8 years ago, I did 79 Parts. That you could find on Amazon Prime. I play an OTB clerk. That's pretty funny. And I got to tell you, one thing I was doing the scene. Can I?
Yes.
Okay. When we were shooting 79 Parts, I was behind the OTB counter. I had a red shirt on. And if you want to watch the movie, everybody, go to Amazon Prime. I believe it's free. You don't have to pay for it. I'm not making nothing on it. Neither is it's called 79 Parts, director's cut. You could see it, and you'll see me as the OTB clerk. William Petrano. I have a red shirt. You can't miss me. And then I'm in other scenes, too. I got to tell you one funny thing, Jerry. You're going to laugh at this. When we were doing it, the director says, I'm going to give you an extra line. Mr. Ari Tab, I miss you, Ari. I'm going to try to send this out to you. You're going to see this. Ari Tab he's a director in Brooklyn. He casted me in this. And he said to me, I'm going to give you an extra line in this OTB clerk. I go, all right, what's that? I want you to say to the guy when he comes to the window, don't I know you? And you remember Ari... Do you remember he came to the window with a beard? He had a beard on, and he was disguising himself because I was trying to figure out who the hell this guy was. And he came to the window, and I said, don't I know you? And everybody cracked up laughing. You had to stop filming because it was so funny. So, and then I turned to everybody and says, what do you mean? Why is it so funny? Funny how? What do you mean? What's so funny about this? And everybody said, well, are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. What's so funny about it? What's so funny? I mean, the guy looks to me like, like I know him, and he came over the beard. I go, don't I know you from somewhere? Don't I know you? So what's so funny about that? Funny how? Anyway, that's a little, you know where that's from. Okay, that's from Goodfellas. God bless. So like a clown, I'm here to amuse you. Forget about it. I can do Joe Pesci, but we can't do Joe Pesci because everything is cursing.
Curse words. No.
And we can't do Joe Pesci because we love Mr. Joe Pesci.
That's right.
So I've done a lot of movies. Some of them, it's sad to say, Jerry, that I worked hard on, and they never get out there. They never get out there. And then another movie, I played this kid's father. I got to get the name of it. He changed the name. So I've done a lot of work. But the thing is, what's sad, Jerry, is that it's not close enough. There's too much space. I want to work constantly. I do have a manager, Mr. Bernard. He knows I'm available. He knows I'm ready to work. Send me some auditions, Mr. Bernard. I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I'm going to nail something, right? Okay. So I've hit rock bottom.
But, okay, so I don't see it that way.
Okay.
All right, because it's only been a year. Okay? So your producer, who is he to you?
My manager.
Your manager.
Oh,
Your manager.
that I signed a little contract. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. He's gonna get me work.
So get him something quick, okay?
Mr.
And
Bernard.
There you go.
Mr.
It's
J.U.
gonna
Bernard.
happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Yeah. So, and then I did some stand-up comedy too, and that's what I'm thinking.
Why, you think you're funny?
Yeah. I've done a little stand-up, and you know what? If I get supporters out there that tell me that I should be doing more stand-up comedy, maybe I will. You know, even my Uncle Jimmy, which I call him, I said, "You're a legend." He goes, No. You're the, Uncle Jim, you are. Okay, all right, okay, all right, I'll take that. But you're the actor. I want to focus on acting. Now, I have another uncle named my Uncle Michael. I'll give him a plug to him. Uncle Michael, love you, miss you. You're going to see this. Uncle Mike, you told me a long time ago to do comedy. I'm doing comedy. Where's the work? Okay, it's coming, right? Okay. So here's the deal. I don't know if I want to do such stand-up comic, but I'm thinking Wild Bill Wednesday might be a live show. That's what I'm thinking. And then put it on tape and film it, and then do something else. So that's where I'm in between right now, Jerry.
So are you gonna have comedy in Wild Bill Wednesday?
It's going to be a dark comedy, yes.
Well, okay, tell everybody what dark comedy is.
Dark comedy. It's okay. Dark comedy means that there might be a little roughness in it, but it's funny. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not going to be a full comedy. A dark comedy is like, I guess like Analyze This, Analyze That with Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal. That's like a dark comedy, but where it shows serious stuff, but it's funny. I don't think that Rocky was a dark comedy, but there were some funny lines in Rocky.
Yeah.
And I could do a little Rocky, but I'm not a Rocky impersonator, but I could do a little Rocky. But it's like, I don't really know. To me, a dark comedy is like, like maybe a little action. Maybe it looks serious, but it's funny. And it might make you laugh, or maybe, like that. So, but Wild Bill Wednesday will be a dark comedy.
What about, have you thought about adding one quick scene, a 5-minute scene where you're doing stand-up in Wild Bill Wednesday?
Oh, my God.
Okay, talking to Mike.
When I was driving here to do this beautiful interview with you, that's what dawned on me.
And I didn't know that, guys.
This is a godsend. That's what I thought. I thought I could add a stand-up comedy in the Wild Bill Wednesday. Yes,
and you
I
didn't
did.
tell me that.
Nope, I didn't. And I believe now more than
have to.
ever, I have to.
You have to.
So I could be a stand-up comedy with a little comedy in it, but I can't make nobody laugh. But they respect me as an actor. That could work.
Yeah.
Well, something. I'm going to work on that.
Okay. That's really good.
But I do want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. Before I started doing TV and film, I did a lot of plays, and I have to elaborate on that's where I really learned my acting. Okay. Basically, I started a little bit late in life because I was raising my 3 children, driving a truck, and then all of a sudden, it was about 20-something years ago. I mean, I can honestly say it's about over 25 years ago. It definitely was over 25 years ago. It was in the late 90s. It might have been 96. Yeah, maybe 96 when I was younger, a little more hair on my head. I was a little thinner, and I didn't even know about Wild Bill then. So I started doing cable, and then all of a sudden, I got the urge to do some real acting, and acting, you learn everything in the theater. And I walked into a theater in Staten Island called Seaview Playwrights Theater. I did 15 shows in there almost. And I got to tell you, Joe Giraldi, another plug, he still kind of runs the theater, I believe. He taught me a lot with my acting. And that's where I got my training from doing theater. Because he taught me acting isn't acting, Bill. Acting is doing. From the great Sanford Meisner, who was one of the greatest acting coaches of all times. You can get books on him. I study him. I read him. So I want to say that, it ain't all about TV and film. It's like part of me still wants to do some live stuff on stage, and I want it to be in Manhattan, in the city, hopefully, or a big venue, so you get good exposure that way. So basically, I learned a lot of my acting from theater. That's where it all came from. And when I was a little kid, I thought one day I'm going to be doing it. And my father was against it. My mom was like, just let him do what he wants to do. But I didn't start it when I was young. I started when I was late in life. So that's why I'm at the position now where I am, where I'm not where I want to be in this business because of my obligations to raise my children, support my wife at the time, and I sacrificed my life, and I did stuff part-time. So that's where Wild Bill Wednesday comes into an effect, okay? Because a lot of times, if somebody wanted me to do a movie and they would work around my days, I says, can you film me on a Wednesday? And they go, sure. Okay, we'll make it next Wednesday? Yeah, sure, I can film it. I can film your scene on a Wednesday. That's where I booked off my job on Wild Bill Wednesday.
So I have a question. Did you take acting lessons?
Yes, I did.
How old were you when you did that?
I was in my late 20s, early 30s.
Okay. So I have a question.
Yes. I went to HB Studios in the Village. It's still in existence, and that's where a lot of actors have studied. Al Pacino, my idol, Robert De Niro, my second idol. A lot of Harvey Keitel, a lot of actors studied there, yes.
In the Village. And I went to art school in the Village, School of Visual Arts, East 23rd Street. Yeah.
But one thing I got to say, when I walked into the acting class, they said to me, I was a lot, like I said, I was thinner, had more hair in my head, and I was kind of green behind the ears, if you know what that means.
Right.
Yes. I walk in and they say, hey, kid, you got a good look. You got good talent. But I can't teach you to be an actor. I can only take out your good qualities, but you got some good qualities. Stick with me. So I stayed in the classes for a while, and I went after work. I took off days. I did some training, and then I tell you, you ever hear the best way to school is the school of hard knocks? So basically, the most acting I learned is by working in theater and on movies. That's where I learned a lot of my acting.
So I can't be an actress because, first of all, I never wanted to be an actress, but I can't memorize lines. How do you do it?
Well, you see, some actors have different ways of memorizing their lines.
Okay.
And I'll talk about somebody great, God rest his soul, the great Marlon Brando.
Oh, heck yeah.
He had a big problem memorizing his lines. They had to put sometimes he improved, and then sometimes they had to put on the ceiling.
Wow.
And sometimes he did a scene in The Godfather, and they put the lines on the person's chest. I'm not kidding you.
I love that. They could do that for me.
They don't have to do that for Mr. William Petrano or all the other actors. But I got to tell you, the way I memorize my lines is just reading it constantly to myself over and over again, and reading it and hearing myself say it. Some people I worked with actors that use a tape recorder, and they read their lines, and they hear it over and over and over again. Basically, the way I did it, Jerry, is I get the script, and I'm reading it over and over, and I hear myself say it, and I just constantly say it. Then I put it down, and I try it, and then I look at it, and then and that's how I memorize my lines.
All right.
So some people have a problem. There have been other actors that I heard have a problem, and I'm not here to point my finger, but he was one of the greatest actors of all time that had a tough time memorizing. And look how big he became.
Okay.
One of the greatest actors that walked
That's
the
right.
stage.
That's
and
right.
and the movies. Marlon Brando.
That's
He's
right.
actually Al Pacino's idol, and Al Pacino, if you hear this and see this, and I'm going to try to send it to you, you're my idol. You're my godfather.
Closer.
You're my idol. You're my godfather.
Very cool. Wow. All right, so now you take a break, and I'm going to read a poem out of my book. There's a
Okay.
reason why I want to read this one.
Okay.
Okay? Everybody that's listening, I get messages all the time. I wish I could sing like that person. I wish I could act like that person. I wish I could write poetry. Everybody questions their gifts, and some people believe they don't have any. But I want everybody out there who's listening to know that you all have something to offer. God didn't say, I'm going to make you a great actor, you a great poet, you nothing. God doesn't do that. So this poem that I wrote is called Utilizing Gifts and Talents. Please, please listen to every word. We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure, using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. Don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay, your name, Wild Bill Wednesday, baby, will live forever, forever and a day. So go through life excited for what you sure can give. To yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but your legacy lives on, so make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. That's for you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
That's for you.
I wish I could write like that. I'm not a writer. I have stories, 1,000 stories in my head. I'm not a writer. It's not easy to be a writer. I mean, it's not easy to be an actor. It's not easy to be a director or a producer or whatever.
Right.
And by the way, I got to say one thing. I have jump-started Westerly Production Company, LLC, which is going to produce Wild Bill Wednesday. So, and then it's when you produce something, you try to get other people to help you produce. But right now, Westerly Production Company will be involved and will be producing my Wild Bill Wednesday. Okay, and I just want to say one thing that about my mom and dad. I love you, Mom and Dad. Okay, but my dad, he to this day has tried to be a father to me, and I love him, and I wouldn't be the man I am today. But he tells me, son, last time I had coffee with him, son, it's kind of comical. It's going to make you laugh. Son, you got out of the truck, you walked out, and you took an early pension, which I don't even know how you survived on the pension. And it is a miracle that I took a small pension, but I'm a saver, so okay. And then, you know what? Why don't you just retire and give up your acting? And I go, what? Whoa, hold on, Dad. What'd you just say? Retire from the acting because I think it's driving you crazy. So I says, so then my mother's sitting there, she might say, I can't sometimes repeat what my mother says.
Right.
I sometimes can't repeat it. I can't repeat it because sometimes my mother should be assistant to Mr. Joe Pesci,
Okay.
which we love and respect.
My mother was too. Go ahead.
So she said, leave him alone. I'll try to leave him alone. What do you? I says, hey, Dad, let me ask you something. Why do you want me to retire from my acting? Because these people, a lot of they take advantage of you. And I go, who's taking advantage of me, Pop? Who? And then he says, well, because, hey, Dad, listen to me. When I'm taking my last breath, and when God is ready to take me, that's when I retire from acting. Don't talk like that. He said, well, I'm talking like that. When I take my that's it. I'm gonna be acting. The great Ernest Borgnine, God rest his soul, he acted pretty much right to the end. He was almost 95 years old when he passed away.
Beautiful.
And I heard something, and I think he only won one Academy Award for Marty, 1955. What a movie. What a movie. He deserved it. It's almost like I could play the part. If they did a remake and I could play it, I feel like I could play the part of Marty. It would be an honor to play that part in retrospect to Mr. Borgnine. He used to get up, his wife would make him coffee, and he would get the whatever, and he'd go, I got to find a job. She goes, Marty, take it easy. What do you mean? Nah, I got to get a job. I got to get a job or something. He was like 94 years old. He right to the end. Look at Clint Eastwood. He's 94 too, I think, or 93. They just don't stop. Look at Robert Duvall. Some people, when they get to a certain age, like Gene Hackman decided, another great actor, he's still alive. God bless him. I believe he lives in California. Gene Hackman, we know who he is. Gene Hackman, another idol of me. I think he retired from acting when he was close to, I don't know, maybe late 70s, early. He just retired, but he's still the greatest actor. Remember Popeye Doyle? The French Connection. You can't forget that. The point is that I started late in life, and why I've hit Skid Row, but this is going to pick me up now, Jerry. Why I hit Skid Row is because I should be a lot further than where I am, but I am in my mind a lot further. So I'm ready to go. WilliamPetrano@gmail.com. I'm ready to go. Wild Bill Wednesday's ready to go, and you're going to be a part of it.
So we've got a few minutes left. So I want you to look into the camera, and I want you to not only give everybody out there some words of encouragement about their dreams, but I want you to hear them yourself. I want you to talk to you and them. Come on.
Okay.
No such thing as rock bottom here. Come on, let's go.
Okay, everybody. I'm a very emotional individual, but I'm not going to start crying right now. Okay, thinking about my mom and dad and my Uncle Jimmy and the Elegants and hearing Little Star, it does something to me. Thinking about my 3 grown children, I love them. Thinking about my grandson, I love him. Give a shout out to, if she's watching right now, Alicia, if you're home, you're watching, I'm here, Alicia, here we are. Tell your brothers I'm on TV, okay? Because she sometimes think that I'm wasting my time, but we're not wasting our time. So here's my encouragement. Here's what I like to say. I like to say this. You're looking at an individual that will never give up.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, it's my middle name, Never Give Up. Wild Bill Wednesday is involved. It has to do with not giving up. And I got to tell you, anybody out there? Now, I'm an ex-cigarette smoker. I quit over 20 years ago. I would never go back to smoking cigarettes, but I didn't smoke much. But, you know, it goes with driving a truck and all that stuff. A lot of the greatest actors that walk the stage smoke cigarettes, but I quit. Okay. So what I want to say is this. You want me to give encouragement?
Yep.
Okay. I want to say that I am blessed to have met this woman, Geri Petito. I'm blessed. I don't want to get emotional, but I'm blessed. Okay, see, it's happening, okay? I'm blessed that I ran into this woman, okay? And I saw an opportunity. When she said she had a radio a show, I said, whoa! And then I was like, whoa! I was a bartender, and I started. She goes, hey, you better be nice to me, or else I won't put you on my show. So I says, wait a minute, hold on. I says, I want to be on your show. She says, okay, so be nice. Well, you'll be on the show. So happy Wild Bill Wednesday. I want to say one thing. People might look at me and think that I'm not all wrapped up tight, but I am. I'm very smart. And my good friend, Mr. DeLon in Brooklyn, you're going to see this. He used to tell people on my job, one thing about Wild Bill, you think he's nuts? He might be a little crazy, but he's not nuts. He's very smart. And he knows about my inspiration to people. And I got to say one thing to the children out there and the young adults, and about people out there where you got people out there, and it's very sad because I cry every day when I hear about it. You have a problem out there, and it's very sad. It's very sad sometimes, and you have to be strong. And that's where Wild Bill, we have to fight to stay strong. It's almost like, keep punching, like Sylvester Stallone, Rocky. Keep punching and never give up. And one thing is, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair right now next to this beautiful woman if I gave up. And I got to tell you, I will never give up. And I believe in prayer, and I believe in God, and and I believe that you should pray, and there's a God out there, and I believe in that.
Amen.
Amen. And I got to say, I pray every day. I got to admit, I don't go to church every week. But when I pass the church, make the sign of the cross like this. And if you remember in the great movie Bronx Tale, which I wish I was in, I was working full time driving. I couldn't get in that movie. But they passed the church. You see, he went like this, and then the kid followed. So my inspiration is this, to never give up.
Never give up.
Pray every day you should pray,
Yep.
and actually stay around good people like Geri, and you have if you have a goal in life, okay, whatever it is, if you want to be a singer, an actor, anything you want, it doesn't have to be anything in the entertainment business. If you want to be a nurse, an RN, like my beautiful daughter Mary, she's a registered nurse. If you want to become a nurse, do that. You want to. The point is, no matter how hard it becomes, you can make it happen. And stay away from drugs. I got to say it, stay away from drugs. Stay away from alcohol, and stay strong. And God bless everybody. I don't know what else to say.
That was amazing.
But I'm emotional right now.
That was amazing. So, wow. Okay. So,
And happy Wild Bill Wednesday,
Yeah.
everybody.
I want to let everybody know that this week, I actually started radio in 2016, this week. And I want to thank Doc G for reaching out to me about my book to interview me on a DJ Danny show and then asked me to come along. And at first, I said, no, I'm not really into radio hosting and this and that. And we kept talking for about a month. And then I started laughing, thinking that, what the heck is wrong with me? I was in trouble every day of my life for talking in school. Every report card in New York, she can't shut up. They would put me out in the hallways in a chair and bring me back in because I'm yelling hello to the people going to the bathrooms. All right? The teachers loved me. I wasn't a bad kid, but I couldn't shut up. Every report card, remember those days? So I started thinking, and I said, you know what, Lord? This is my calling. Of course, I got to talk. So I want to thank Doc G, Ruben, my other producer, who's incredible. Okay, 2016, this week is when I started radio, on Hamilton Radio. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm saying that to say this. Everything that he just said is right. Follow your dreams. So if you could take things that happened to you when you were younger that maybe weren't such good memories, because I would think before I started doing radio, I would be like, oh man, I got in trouble every day for talking. It was a bad memory. But guess what? Now I giggle and say, what a great memory that was. Because look where it brought me. Now I'm talking a lot. So follow your dreams, guys. Never, 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 ever give up.
Correct.
All right? Give it to God
Yes.
first and foremost, and he's not going to leave you. Trust me. So I want to thank this guy right here for honoring me here today with this incredible interview. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank Vito and the Elegants again for that great song we played.
Yes.
And I want to tell everybody to please, please share this show. Anybody out there, hire this guy, okay? Hire this guy, all right? He can do acting. He can do comedy. He thinks he's funny. No, he is funny. All right? Hire this guy.
I'm available. And I got to say one thing
Yep.
before we wrap it up, that I look forward when I can come back and do the show, because I'll have more great information on Wild Bill Wednesday, the
Right.
project. And God bless everybody, and never, ever, ever, never give up. And I'll see you real soon.
Okay. So, guys,
Thank you.
share this show. And we will also be on iHeartRadio next week, the audio of it. So that'll be out there as well. Okay, producers, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Love's the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.